never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine, or that people ain't happy.
Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, this is What If Deku is a perfect vessel, vessel, perfect host for a symbiote. Part 3. Alright, let's get this. I want to get this thing out of the corner so I don't have to deal with that. Alright. Now, I was trying to come up with a way to disconnect, Eddie Brock with the symbiote. So I came up with another idea. It's a good thing I named it, the perfect host for a symbiote. So forget about the white-black one. That's not the one we're after. It's the top one we're after. This one. Let's do this real fast. So, okay, cool. So, the plague thing, I'm not going to use that name. I'm just using the model for what Izuku's going to look like when he goes all when he goes all symbiote out is this one, and this is where his hero suit will change into. We are void. I actually might use that. Yeah, we are void. Okay. I'm gonna use this instead. When Izuku and Void combined, they are void. So there's that. His I'm gonna discuss what his weaknesses are because decided to do the whole custom one now. So he's gonna have the same weakness as sound waves and fire. He's just gonna have a little more resistant against it than most. And he's able to shoot. And he's able to shoot this black liquid out, as it's like what's I don't know. No, scratch that. We're not gonna do no acid stuff. I was thinking about having acid spit, but nah, I'm good on that. So that's more like I don't want to be too familiar with Mina. So give me a second here. Okay, he has invisibility. He's able to turn invisible. He's able to use his quirk. He's able to create stuff anywhere in his body because of the symbiote suit. That's what I'm making. So there's that little, aspect of it. And give me a second here. We're gonna start the story here in a second, and see what else we need. This was kind of like an idea out of nowhere. This was an idea from the This idea was kind of a last minute, so I was preparing to record. Then that idea popped in my head, where I could skip the whole killing off Eddie Brock thing. So I could take the story into a different direction. So how we're gonna do this? And his claws. Give me a second here. And he has a tail. If you can't see it, it's really dark, but yeah, that's a tail. He has a tail. So that's that. So let's. If I add powers in, I'll add it later. But right now, yeah, I was searching all sorts of stuff. So let's continue. as we start our, story at the. No, actually, let's do this. As Izuku jumps backwards, as he throws, the flashbangs, as they go off, as Izuku, is running through the alleyways, because he can't find a manhole, as he's like, damn it. As he's like, as a car pull up, and, it's like a Mustang, as he's like, hey, rabbit, get in. Unless you want to be catched by the webhead. As Izuku, hops over the car into the passenger seat. As they're driving. As, Izuku's like, so what are you after? As he has a knife stuck to Eddie's, oh, I guess that ruined that, but the guy's throat. And she's like, relax, rabbit. I'm a friend. As we cut to, flashback. As Venom was taking out some couple of thugs. As he's smashing their brains, he's doing the Venom thing. As he, as he defeats several of, the villains that he was going after, he's doing the whole vigilante thing. As several, ninjas, as several, sorry, several people surround Venom as they point their swords at him. As he's like, as Eddie, shows his face, and she's like, what are you after? Like, what? Sorry, he's like, if you're here to kill me, it's not going to end very well for you, because we are, Venom. As he, morphs his face back into there, as, he yells like a scream. As, someone walks out in the shadows, it's like in the nighttime. And she's like, so you must be Eddie Brock, aka, Venom. As he sees, Lady Deathstrike. And she's like, whoa, Deathstrike, what do you want? I want to hire you for a little job. And why would I work, for for someone like you? Don't worry, I'm not asking you to do anything illegal yet. But she hands him a file, and she's like, what's this? It's a picture of Izuku. And she's like, I don't kill kids. As that happens, oh, no. Heavens, no. That would make me a terrible mother. As she smiles, as, Eddie's like, what you want? What you mean? I want you to, look after look after my son for me. Keep an eye on him. Take him on your wing, so to say. Keep him out of trouble for his time there. He's supposed to spend a year in New York for his end of training. And with your current, activities with the Life Foundation, I think my boy would be quite useful for you into that aspect. He's like, fine. How much? What's your price, Venom? As he's like, this is I don't normally do this, but as they discuss them very well. Remember, if anything happens to my boy, I'll kill you. Even if you have I'll kill you in that thing you carry. As she, walks off into the into the shadows as we cut back to the current time. As Eddie's like, I saw your, I saw your little spot. I saw your little spat with the webhead. Smart thing for you to get out of there before, Scarlet got her hands on you. Trust me, kid. She usually leaves those. She has a habit of not killing. She has a habit of killing her opponents, so to say. As Venom pops out, as he's like, he looks at Izuku, as he's like, look at Brock, it's a rabbit. As Venom starts staring at him, as Venom smiles as he goes back into his inside of Eddie, because he could smell that he could tell that he's different. So he goes back into because because of the plot wise, I'm saying he could sense that he's like a perfect he would be a perfect host for any symbiote, not just Venom. So as we go into that, as that goes on, as they're driving, hey kid, I was impressed with your fighting technique and your strategy. Quite quite smart to take out the rest, the webhead friends. But yeah, you missed one apparently. As Izuku's like, yeah, I did not calculate another one. It's going to throw a wrench in my plans, but matter not, I'll deal with it when the time comes. As Izuku's like, so what is that thing that popped out of you, by the way? As he's like, that's my parasite. As Venom's like, I'm not a parasite. As he's like, dude, Eddie's like, relax, friend. Relax, old friend. As he goes back into him. He's a symbiote. I like to call him a parasite because it pisses him off. But yeah, it's not artificial. It's a life form that Venom uses me as a host, as he explained everything. Izuku could have hacked into somewhere to get that information, but so what's your deal, kid? You a villain, hero, vigilante? As he's like, I really don't know. I don't really kill heroes, but I do kill. So I guess that would follow me around vigilante, but yet I do crimes when I feel like it to survive. So I don't know. I'm a bit of the air in there, as he's like, how would you, as Eddie, turns into his car, as they take a sharp turn, as he's like I was saying, I was impressed with your fighting technique and your strategy, how you handle yourself, physical wise and smart wise. I could use your assistant on a job. As Izuku's like, what type of job? Have you ever heard of a organization called the Life Foundation? As Izuku looks at him, no, just give me a second. As he creates, straight up laptop, like a small laptop. As Eddie, Venom looks at him, like pops out, as Venom's like, hey, as he's like, what do you want, Venom? How did the rabbit get a what those things are called? Laptops, I think you call them? As Eddie's like, where did you get that? As he's like, I'm a magical bunny. As he's like, no, as he's like, I'm a bunny. And he's like, okay, and that doesn't answer my question. How did you get that laptop? I'm a magical bunny. As he goes off, as he's hacking into stuff, as he's like, bingo, Life Foundation. Ooh, they're into some nasty stuff. As he sees clips of, separating symbiotes from their host. As Venom, pokes Eddie with his tendrils. As, Eddie stops the car. How did you get, how did you get in? I just got in just now. I just tried. It was pretty easy. Their security is embarrassing, none the least. As he's like, kid, we're going back to my safe house. We definitely need a plan. As he goes off to to the life out, to his hideout to get a plan going, because he's going to use it to get rid of these Life Foundation in New York, because they're a big problem, because they're still trying to hunt down symbiotes and do what they do with them. Let's say for the story's sake, I don't know what they do in canon or in the Marvel universe, because I don't really know much about them besides what I read. So I think they basically imprison him for some reason. We'll just say that. As we cut to the prison scene, as several guards are already up. They're grogging their head. As you have the Avengers, as you have Captain America walking in with Iron Man, Black Widow, and who else? Give me a second. Thor had he couldn't make it, so not Thor. Oh, for plot's sake, let's just say Spider-Man, because I know he's been a part of the Avengers before. So let's say he's been part of the Avengers. Now, the whole thing was Silk and Spider-Man. Sorry, my brain fart for some reason. He's been dating Black Cat for a while, so that's why for one, Silk is around Ezekiel's age, and well, in this story, she is. So she's around Ezekiel. Exactly the same age as Ezekiel, and Spider-Man in my story, he's elite. He's a he's an adult, so he's in college, so he's in his 20s. So there's that. As we continue our story, as Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, and Black Widow walks in, what happened? As Captain America's taking charge. Cap, I don't know. We were all gassed. As Black Widow's, I want to see the civilians. I want to see the cameras. Have you been? Has the cameras been on all day? And she's like, yes, ma'am. As they direct Widow to the cameras. As you have Ezekiel. As he knocks down. Sorry. He knocks out one of the guards. As he gently, as he falls to the ground, as Ezekiel, sees the cameras and waves. As he begins to throw a dagger, a shuriken at the camera. As Spider-Man's, it can't be. As Black Widow's like, what do you mean, Spider-Man? I came in contact with that one earlier tonight. As he's like, Black Widow's like, I want to hear about this here, but I need to hear. Sorry, I want to hear about that after this, but we need to make sure I want to know what he's after. What's his alias he goes by? I'm just gonna, sorry. The symbiote that's gonna get Ezekiel's gonna bond with is gonna be a Nova, but for right now he's gonna be Black Rabbit. As like he refers to a Black Rabbit as Iron Man, cracks a joke because it's Iron Man and he's a dick. So so he's like, oh, apparently they had a box of tricks somewhere in prison here. So so he's making jokes about that. Spider-Man kind of laughs a little bit because he has a sense, he's a jokester too. And she's like, I'm surrounded by idiots. As she sees, what is he doing? As he throws, as soon as he went through the door, he shuts, did the gas, he walks out. It's like, wait, this doesn't add up. He didn't have, like, the backpack he had was placed in the locker, so where did he get the gas? I was wondering that too, Black Widow. What you mean? During our fight, he somehow weapons disappeared out of nowhere. I don't know what that is. Interesting. Let's continue. As he pulls a gas mask on, as she sees the scene, as Ezekiel, opens the metal doors to get out of Shocker, that's why he was there. So, sorry. My partners said Shocker was working with him. So he came all the way in the cell just to get one prisoner, Shocker. As Spider-Man explains what Ezekiel did, and she's like, smart. As Spider-Man's like, yeah, but the whole time I fought him, it seemed like he was just playing around. He wasn't really taking it seriously. That would kind of irritate me. Irritated Gwen most of all, and Spider-Gwen, and Kid Arachnid, Miles apparently. That's his little name, whatever. I think it sounds stupid, the name itself, but I guess there's so many spider names you could use. So let's get back to it. As he's like, thank you for your help. Thank you for your assistance. No problem, ma'am. As Black Widow walks out. She's like, as Cap's like, what do you think our next steps would be? Cap, I'll handle this from here. As Cap's like, what do you mean, Black Widow? This one, piqued my interest. What I've seen of the video, what I've seen the footage of him, he's highly trained. He's a little, he's well trained, little rough around the edges. But the boy Black Rabbit didn't seem he seemed very quite young by the features I saw of his face. So the young man intrigued me. I'm going to hunt him down, capture him, and do what I do best. As Black Widow goes off her, well, yeah, straight up Black Widow's on his case. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. A freaking a Russian spy master going after Yuzuki. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. So we're going to cut back to Izuku as they get back to Brock's hideout, little thing. as he gets, you know, as they formulate a plan, as he's like, so what, he's, sorry, Black Bunny's like, what are you after exactly, Brock? It's simple. Download any information on their mainframe. Sorry. Download any information that's on a separate mainframe that you're able to access through a computer. You have to be there to access it. So I need a copy of all their, you know, dirty dealings. And Venom's like, free my brother in. As you know, he wants to free the symbionts right now. So you know, he hasn't go all anti-Venom on me yet on the story. I don't know if he's ever going to be in this story, but for this instance, he's sorry, in this what if, Brock is trying to liberate the other symbiotes, except for Carnage. He wants to kill Carnage because you know he's a psychopath. So there's that. So Brock mostly leaves the symbiotes alone unless they cause trouble, start killing people, then he'll take them down and stuff like that. So, and the Shield actively, you know, hunting the symbiotes down because they're a danger to, you know, everyone. So there's that. So as they get into the, you know, base, they get to the front, the Life Foundation. As they crushed through the ceiling, sorry, they landed on, as Brock, you know, grabs Deku, as he, you know, web swings up. I know, like, Venom technically doesn't have a weapon. He has that, he uses his, symbiote as webbing. So, you know, it doesn't really matter, but as he swings up, as he's like, kid, as, you know, Venom's like, kid, you sure it's there? And it's like, of course, the blueprint was all there, as he sees the, you know, alright, I'll sneak in through the front. I guess, big guy, you could do a little bit of a diversion. As he's like, what do you mean, Black Rabbit? As he's like, cause a mayhem. Like, what, you know, what? Oh, what you do best. I was like, was that an insult? As he's like, well, take it as you see it. As he could go through the vents. As that happens, as Brock, you know, Venom, cause havoc, rushing through the front. As several, you know, I'm just saying they have this place well guarded. This is not, that's a typical building. This is, you know, something they want to keep secret. So there's armed guards all over the place. So there's that. Now, because, you know, I don't know if Life Foundation has its own personal security, but I'm saying they do. So as Brock, you know, Venom tears through those suckers like they're butter. As the inner blast doors, like the inner animanium blast doors open, because I just thought, why not? As Brock and them, as you know, Venom sees, you know, the rabbit. After Black Rabbit killed one of the security, as it was about to he was about to stab Venom from behind, as he sees, you know, all Venom saw was Izuku throw something at him. As he, you know, shows his real face, it's like, kid, what was that for? As he looks back, as he's like, you only think I was trying to kill you, dude? Yeah, kill you, you know, old man. Nah, I was helping you out. That guy over there was about to stab you. I know you could probably heal from that, but It still hurts, does it? She's like, thanks, kid. Let's go. As there's only one symbiote there. This is Nova, as it's personally made to keep him there. Now, I'm not saying who Nova was birthed from. I'll save that for, future parts. But Nova doesn't even know. So he was birthed in this lab, in his Life Foundation. So he's been there for a while. He hasn't been bonded when he hasn't or she hasn't. It doesn't really have a unisex. It doesn't have gender. So there's that. But I wonder. I'll put a poll up, see if you want when Nova talks to Izuku, if you want him to have a male voice or a female voice. So I'll worry about that later, but let's get to this. As he sees a big, glass cage holding, this weird substance. I don't know what color it would be. Give me a second. Okay. It's black, green, and purple substance as it shoots at the glass, trying to get out, back and forth. As, Venom goes off, as he goes to the mainframe that's end of the room. It's end of the room. There's an office. It's a big room. After you exit the cell door of Nova, as it's their own separate mainframe. As Eddie, Eddie downloads what he can, as he's like, kid, as he's showed his human face. He's still Venom form, but he just pulled back his face. And he's like, okay, I need you to free the thing. I need you to free the symbiote. When you free it, step back. Unless you want to get bonded. As he's like, sure, whatever, man. He's like, yeah, aye, sir. As he's be sarcastic. He's like, don't be a smart ass. As he's like, Jesus. If only, kid's lucky that his mother's death strike. That woman creeps me out. As, he does that. As Izuku, sees the panel. As he's like, now the symbiote is like, it's quite active when Izuku gets close by. He doesn't lash out. It just hovers, near him. They're on the opposite side of the glass, so it's, taking note of Izuku early on. As several units of the private security come rolling in, because Eddie set off some silent alarms all over the base, because, he's not very tech-wise. So, he should have let, Izuku do that, but whatever. As the alarm's flying in, as Izuku's like, damn it, I don't have time to play it safe. As Izuku, creates a adamantium katana, slashes into the glass. It's like a glass made to stop the symbiote from escaping. I don't know. Let's just say it for that. As the symbiote, jumps out, as it's flying and trying to find a host, as it sees Midoriya. It goes straight for Midoriya, as he's getting as Midoriya's getting shot at, the symbiote is protecting Midoriya. As he's like, the subject is beginning the bonding process. Kill the host. As Eddie finally gets done. As he smashes, as he shoots as tentacles start show, tendrils come out of Eddie's back. As he grabs a couple of the guards, couple of the private security and slams them against each other as Eddie goes in for a punch. And she's like, damn it. Well, you're a little late now, kid. I'll keep them busy. I'll give you some time. You're about to, I know the first time is a little weird. Just don't fight it. It's easier if you just accept it, kid. Black Rabbit. As, Ezekiel, fuck. Well, as Ezekiel kind of laughs. As Eddie's like, what's your, what's wrong, kid? As he jumps back. As Ezekiel's like, huh. So will this increase my physical strength? You said increase my physical strength. If it increase your physical strength, your durability, all your stats? And he's like, yeah, kid. Good. As Ezekiel fully, lets it come in willingly. As it goes into Ezekiel, so how does this work, Venom? He's asking Eddie. Don't worry, let's get out of here, as, we got what we need. As, Eddie, grabs Ezekiel as he swings up, webs up with his thing, as, they escape, as Ezekiel drops several, well, let's just say that place is going up it's going up. So as Ezekiel, drops several explosion, as Eddie's like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm leaving him a present. As Ezekiel drops, a bunny, as it starts laughing, as his, eyes turn red, as several bombs drop, as they ping on the ground. They're like, they're like ball bombs, when, like, about the same shape of his, flashbangs, as they visually blow up as the rabbit blows up last. As the building, it's not fully destroyed, but that building's, destroyed that part of them, the section of it. As the heroes took notice, or, everyone, nearby take notice, that's, as you see Spider-Man, webbing along, as he sees the explosion in the distance, as you see Scarlet beating down a thug, as she hears the explosion, as she's like, that's close by. As you have Gwen, she's watching the TV as it's on the news. Let's just say, the news people are pretty fast about it. As Miles is, doing homework. As he hears, that's on the TV, and we're going to stop it there. Hope you guys have a good night and day judging my time zones. Alright, bye.